What's going on, everybody? JT here. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a video for you guys, the disassembly and reassembly of the Mossberg 500. First step you're going to want to do is clearly make sure your gun is empty, no shells in it. You don't want any accidents happening while you're cleaning your gun, taking it apart, or anything like that. So safety first. Next step, go ahead and take it about a half a click because you're going to want to take the barrel off. Clearly, you just unscrew this piece here until the barrel's ready to slide out. There's the barrel. Only tool you're going to need for this is something to puncture or to push down this pin with, which is normally really easy, and it is. Pull that out. Pin's got some grooves, so it doesn't matter which way really you put it in, it's gonna work either way. So there's the pin. Next step you're gonna want to do is the trigger guard. That's what the pin was for, clearly. Go ahead and lift this up, pull it out. I mean, simple as that, comes right out, no issues. Now if you look in the inside, you're gonna see some pins drop. There's one, and that's because I'm clearly leaning it this way. If you guys, you might be watching this video because of that. You guys might have taken it apart, and all of a sudden, these two pins came flying out. So clearly, this one here is for this wall, and I believe that might be to inject it, to inject the shell. I can't remember, not sure, but I know the other one's to hold the shells into the magazine. You can go ahead and twist it, give it a little shake. There's the other pin. And now these pins, I mean, it's easy to tell where they go. I'll go ahead and just show you guys this now. There it is. So there's that one, and that's for when your magazine has some shells in it. I believe you could just push it in like so, and the shells will come out. So that's what this side's for. But it comes right out. Grooves are in there. No mistakes, really easy, but if not, if that's why you're watching this video, there's that. Now, everything's there, and you can see the grooves here, and there. That's so this piece here will just come right out. Not sure what this piece is. You go ahead and just pull that, lift that up, that's out. Just like that. Next step, pump. You go ahead and just slide the pump right out. It might stop like it did there. You're just gonna have to probably push down on these a little bit to get it out, but that'll slide right out. Now all that's left is the elevator, and I believe the action or firing pin, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm not too sure exactly what all this stuff's called, but yeah. Next step, what I like to do is you lift the elevator up. Then you could slide this right out. That'll just pop right out there. And then what I've noticed before on this is when I go to pinch the elevator, because you pinch it like tongs to get it out, it might be an issue to get it out. It's just because your safety is off. So put your safety on. That'll move out of your way a little bit to where you could get this out. Simple as that. So there's the disassembly of the Mossberg 500. So if you're going to clean it, that's how you're going to want to do it. Get in there with the brush, all that good stuff, clean all that up. So let's get into this reassembly. Alright, so putting this thing back together is going to be just as simple as taking it apart. But before I do that, I could show you guys a few things if you're worried about a little bit. When everything's inside the gun here, I'm going to show you how it is when it's inside out here, just so you guys could get a better idea. Okay, so this piece here with this groove here is going to slide right into this in the inside, like so. Okay, so this is what it's like when everything's inside the gun here, the action. Now, these grooves here is what the pump is for. See that there? So when you pump, this is the whole guts right here for it. So that's what it looks like together when it's inside the gun, but just to give you guys a better example once we put everything back together. Okay, so first step, go ahead and put the elevator in, pinch that together, put those in the grooves there, the holes where it's supposed to go. Elevator up. Next step, this little deal here, it's got this groove here, okay? Now what slides into that groove is this piece down here, right there. So slide this in. And you might have to push down a little bit to get it in. But you know when you do. Okay, there we go. Now what I like to do is put the elevator back down, because if you look at this, has got a lot of play right now. So I like to push that down just to stop this from playing around. So when you take everything out, before, like I told you, everything comes out these grooves here, these little slits. So I like to just kind of guesstimate, put that back where I think it was. So there's that. Next step, pump on, and you might have to mess with it a little bit to get it in. Okay, so now, and you might see it stop right here. Yeah, see that stop. That's just because you got to push down on these and get it back into that tracking. Okay, so now it's in place there. And like I showed you guys before, this groove is what goes into this, and then this piece here goes into there. So if you line up everything just right, everything should fall into place. Almost. I gotta push that a little forward. Okay. There it is. Everything's back in. Now what I like to do is go ahead and just, you might have to keep a little pressure on this, because if you just pull the pump right now, the pump might just slide back out. So keep a little pressure on this as if the trigger guard was in. And I like to just slide everything back forward, like so. Next step is these little pins here, which again is why you guys might be watching these videos. This pin here, as you see, it's got that little nipple, okay, which goes there. And and you can't get confused on that, because there's only one nipple on these pins. This side doesn't have one. Okay, so that's not, you can't really get messed up with that. This little shape here, make sure it's going in. And that's that. I mean, you're gonna have to hold them together in a second, which I'll show you, to put the trigger guard back in. Other one here. You'll feel them go right into place where they're supposed to be, which they're there and there. Now that those, see, like that. So these are really easy to fall out. So to put your trigger guard back on, what I like to do is I like to just take my two fingers, pinch them like so, pinch the sides, then I'll take the trigger mechanism, put it in forward first, and then see how it's stopping me a little bit now. That's most likely what's stopping me. Also, I think I had the safety off, just to give you a little bit more room with the deal here. Pins are messing me up again. See, now this is the issue some of you guys might be having. Just get those in place, pinch them to the walls as good as you can. That's weird, I never really had problems with this here. but I am. I mean, so that was my issue there, is I was kind of pinching them back here. I kind of just slid up, pinched up a little bit further. Trigger guard went in just fine. Now those pins ain't going to fall out, but if you're having problems with your trigger like I just was, that is going to be the issue, is those two pins. I was pinching back here, and I needed to pinch up just a little bit further. Then, of course, the last step is to put your pin back. And then that's it. Make sure everything's good to go. Dry fire, right on. And that's it. That's the reassembly of the Mossberg 500. Hope you guys liked it. Subscribe, like. I got another 12 gauge Savage that I'll be doing a disassembly and reassembly soon. So thank you guys for watching.